Hello, everyone. For me, it's a pleasure to present and to have this webinar today from the amazing Istanbul, where we have the ITS Congress now. Just to let you know that we are live, and as you can see, we have many people going around. We have more than 2,000 experts attending sessions, going to the stands. Okay, if you see these experts going around, just focus on us, on the concepts and on everything. Okay, I'm José Rodríguez. I belong to the ZEV-UP team, and for me, it's a pleasure to have 3 experts discussing logistics on ZEV-UP, road infrastructure technologies, and electrifications. I have also the pleasure to present a new platform that uses vehicle technologies to create a new service for parking. But all of this involves cooperation, co-creation. That's why we have ERTICO here, and I have the pleasure to have him here, Emil, which will explain us why ERTICO exists.
Thank you very much. I hope everyone can hear me online. So I'm Emil Berlin. I'm the Senior Officer for Partnership and Governance at ERTICO. I've been within this fantastic team now for about 2.5 years. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about our partnership, what we are and what we do, and why we exist.
That's precisely what we are here, Emil. Please let us know why ERTICO exists.
So ERTICO was founded in 1991 by 11 different industry organizations and the European Commission, with the sole purpose of bridging the gap between research and test in the ITS ecosystem in Europe. We have currently about 120 different partners, spanning the entire ITS ecosystem, from public authorities, cities, regional public authorities, industry actors, players, you name it.
That's very nice, and that's why we are here precisely. We are connecting research with the services, products that we will have in public roads. Please tell us more about this ERTICO and how they can become partners, for example.
Exactly. So one of the main activities that we do is, as Jose already explained, we organize the ITS Congress every year. Every year is the European Congress, and every 3rd year we do the World Congress. We rotate between Asia Pacific, ITS America, and ITS Europe. So we had the last one, ITS World, we organized in Dubai 2 years ago now. We have the next one, which is going to be in Birmingham at the October next year.
Yeah, that's an end of October. So if you are interested to become a member or to participate to the next Congress in Birmingham, please reach out my colleague Emil, and we can work together and cooperate. Yeah.
And some of the other activities that we do is also that we're very involved is also in European projects, in ZEV funding and Horizon Europe projects. I think we have around 40 different projects we are involved in, either as coordinator or not at this moment in time. We do also have 10 different innovation platforms, one of them which I'm involved in, which is data of road safety, but we also have EAVP that we will talk about soon, TNITS, etc.
Okay, that's nice, but we actually developed some white papers.
Oh, yeah.
Some publications in which we usually involve experts from other companies and organizations to have a common vision.
Yeah,
what about that?
Exactly. So we have one of the papers that I was personally involved in was the vision or white paper on AI in mobility and transport, which we wrote down together with the strategy committee, which I'm also involved in from the ERTICO side, where we developed common understanding, like ideas of obstacles, hindrance, possibilities for the ITS ecosystem in relation to artificial intelligence. We're currently right now working on updating that one. We have multiple other different vision papers that we're doing. One right now together with public authorities and traffic and transport industry, where we write, which are on CCAM deployment, what's going on there, what's cooking in the kitchen, what needs to be done, how do we bridge the gap between the public and private side there. And multiple other papers.
That's excellent. That's excellent. That's excellent. Thank you, Emil. Thank you for letting us know what we do in ERTICO. We will continue with the presentation of a platform that actually is within ERTICO. Thank you so much. I know that you have other activities within this. And thank you so much. Okay.
Last thing, if you want to know more about ERTICO and have a little bit more about a deeper conversation about the activities and everything, reach out to me, Emil Berlin. You find my name on our ERTICO website. You get an email address. You get everything there.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And now, as explained before, we have here our expert on the platform that is looking to build a new service with multiple challenges, considering that the vehicles now had new technologies that have been tested and proved. But please, Alastair, let us know what this platform is about.
Hello, everybody. It's very nice to be here. This is my first ITS Congress, and I'm quite excited to be able to present enhancing automated valet parking, which is a platform provided by ERTICO. Platforms, as Emil mentioned a little bit in his presentation, are an interesting part of ERTICO because they run as a sort of sub company inside ERTICO, which enables innovation to be scaled up and a communal place where industry partners and different members can come together and bring together a new product to the market.
That's excellent. For what I know, I mean, the complete name of the platform is Enhancing Automated Valet Parking, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, that's the complete name of the platform. Which organizations are involved? Why? Please explain us a little bit more about this.
Well, as you know, parking is one of the problems which is something cities always have. They want to increase their footfall into the cities. They want to get more people in to use the services in the cities, but at the same time, they want to reduce the car dependency. So what we've done is in the platform, we've got OEMs, we've got tier one suppliers who provide equipment to the OEMs. We've got people who supply the parking data.
Yeah.
We've got equipment vendors for inside the parking operators, the barriers and that sort of side of things. We've got autonomous vehicle chargers for automatic charging, and on top of that, we've got the Association for Parking to make sure we've got all grounds covered. So it's a big consortium of all the right people to develop this.
Okay, that seems a very nice service. I mean, I'm understanding what this platform wants to solve is how to find a parking lot in urban areas. Right.
That's right. So what's interesting and what makes it really exciting is the user journey is something we focused on a lot through the platform. Our idea is that when you first get in your vehicle, when you've got your appointment booked, the vehicle or the intelligence above the vehicle will propose several locations which you could choose to park in. The vehicle is then guided to the parking space. The barrier is all autonomous. The payment's all autonomous. Because we've looked back and we're thinking about legacy as well as future.
Yeah.
Potentially, you could be guided to the interior of the parking space inside the lot.
Yeah.
Or in the stage where you're at level 4 or 5 autonomy.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you can drop your vehicle off. It'll park itself and maybe charge itself whilst you go and do whatever you're doing. Then, because we're very into as mobility is moving towards more app-based, and people expect things to be seamless, we would expect that the vehicle can be collected after, maybe it will be called if it's autonomous.
Okay.
Come back, and then all the payments and the exits all covered, and it's all seamless.
Okay, that's excellent. So I'm understanding the technology is there. The technology is there, and you are looking to connect and make this interoperable to create this new service and to improve the parking.
That's right. Yeah. But it's wider than that, because it's not just about making it better for the end user. For example, my mum would love this because she's always worried about where she's going to park.
Okay.
But it's more about involving the whole city infrastructure. So if you've got a citywide plan of how you're going to route cars to the city, our idea is that this will involve some degree of UTMC. So potentially the city can control where the vehicles go.
Okay.
So you could and you can influence the parking based on dynamic pricing. Maybe there's an event on, maybe there's an incident happens. So you can really take a little bit more control as a city as to what the parking and where the parking will happen.
Excellent. Thank you, Alastair. You gave us an excellent introduction on what this new service is. If you are interested to be part of the platform, I think it is open. Or
yes, absolutely. Yeah,
okay, just please reach out, my dear friend Alastair. You can see in the webpage.
If you can find some signs around the EAVP, or come and find me, come and find anyone. We'll be happy to
Yeah,
talk. And,
thank you so much for being here and to please enjoy the ITS Congress. Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you. Now I'm delighted to have three amazing experts from ERTICO, each of one coordinated or being involved in this initiative in which we expect to share what each project is doing, the challenges and ideas, latest advancements. For me, it's a pleasure to have here Maria, George, and Emin. The three, each of them is involved in different projects. As I mentioned before, it is road infrastructure technologies, CCAM, and electrification. As you can see in the background, we have a vehicle which is teleoperated from precisely this place, just a couple of meters away. So we have the technology here. Okay, my first question, please, Maria. Please, you can please introduce yourself a little bit and let the audience know who you are and what are you doing in EvoRoads.
Thank you, Jose, and hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here at the exhibition and test track where we see the technologies in action and we can showcase the contributions that our projects make to create a safer and more intelligent mobility. And EvoRoads is precisely addressing the challenge of labor-intensive and costly road inspections, particularly in secondary and rural roads, where road fatalities are disproportionately high, and also in urban areas where the group of vulnerable road users is also the road user group having the highest number of fatalities. So EvoRoads is evolving roads into digital assets and is moving from reactive and static approaches that rely on crash analytics and moving towards more dynamic ones and proactive ones that try to prevent risks and try to anticipate, identify those risks in a proactive manner.
It seems a very interesting project now. But what about you, George? Please let the audience know what you are working right now, what FRODDO is, if there are some synergies with EvoRoads, for example.
Thank you, Jose. First of all, thank you everyone who been following us today. I'm George Christou. I'm a project manager at ERTICO, and today I'm going to say about FRODDO. It's a project with a very interesting name, FRODDO. And actually, what we are trying to solve in this project is one single problem. How do we ensure that automated vehicles operate in our roads safely and reliably? So this is a single thing that we are trying to do. And how we do that? We identify that each car maker, each car manufacturer defines their own ODD. ODD, operation domain, design domain, is actually where these vehicles can safely operate. So each vehicle manufacturer has their own ODD definition, but they don't share this information with road operators. Therefore, with this project, we're trying to use cyber physical infrastructure and connect the vehicle manufacturers with the car owners and the car manufacturers to have the same view of what is ODD and where it's safe to drive autonomous vehicles.
That's an excellent introduction. Just for the audience, ODD is operational design domain. It is precisely where you test the vehicle. So you need to define the different situation. That's called an ODD that can cover urban or interurban areas, and that's how we define this technical term. Now, please, Emin, do you have, please introduce yourself to the audience. Let us know about this project, ZEV-UP project, electrification. What are you doing, please?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm Emin Aliyev, Senior Project Manager at ERTICO. I'm involved on the Innovation Deployment Department, and I'm part of Green Urban Mobility team. And then I'm here to present ZEV-UP EU-funded project. So this project is quite unique, 42-month project. Actually, the aim is how to tackle better accessibility, inclusivity, and affordability issue in EVs, EV development. We know that in the market, we have got a lot of electric vehicle brands. They are everywhere, but to what extent they are affordable, they are accessible and inclusive, given the urban passenger challenges, but also the commercial one as well. So this is what ZEV-UP multi-partner project would like to tackle. And then, as I said, it's quite unique project. And at the end, there will be really concrete product. There will be a vehicle with 3 variants. And this vehicle will be affordable, will be frugal, so cost effective, It will have a lot of innovations. Well, first of all, it will be zero emission, quiet, but also modular and scalable.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot of things, a lot of concepts there. Maybe considering that we have just the vehicle here behind, you can just extend your description of what this vehicle is doing. Where do you have some pilots?
Yeah.
Please.
Indeed, very interesting question. So as I said, the way the project intends to develop three variants of the ZEV-UP vehicle. So first one will be two-seater. So it will be really dedicated to passenger use, purely passenger use. The second one would be four-seater. So for, let's say, family use. And then third variant will be really commercial use. So it will be two-seater, but also it will have a space for commercial payload and so on. And the project also intends, I would say indirectly and through our vehicle developers, to come up with this teleoperated vehicle that is also one variant of the ZEV-UP project products. And this vehicle is developed by ERTICO premium member BMOPS and also to some extent by Ford Otosan. And this vehicle will be teleoperated. It's mainly for cargo use. We know that in our projects, we are trying to bring also ITS in those EU-funded projects. And this teleoperation will really give us the opportunity to see how ITS really improves and then contributes to future urban mobility.
That's excellent. That's excellent introduction for the audience and for us. Please, George, maybe you have some synergies with this project, or what kind of challenges are you facing in FRODDO, or what kind of connections do you have with these pilots that have been introduced by Emin?
Yeah, first of all, we have four very diverse pilots, and some of these pilots, of course, they use similar technologies that we can see here in ZEV-UP. For example, we have a pilot here in Turkey, in Bursa. In Bursa, there is this very big factory for the Tofaş company. And in this case, we created three different autonomous vehicles, which actually they're tow trucks. So they carry heavy equipment within the factory autonomously. So we utilize several sensors. As I can see here, the LiDAR sensor. So we use LiDAR sensors. We use advanced denial service techniques in order to be sure that we localize the vehicles correctly in the industrial area. And we also use advanced techniques to be sure that we don't have any accidents within the area of the factory, because a lot of people are moving around, a lot of heavy equipment is moving around. Therefore, we use all this data fusion in order to identify what is going on in the factory and to be sure that we operate these tow trucks safely. And of course, just to link it with the operation design domain, this factory has also indoor and outdoor facilities. Therefore, the tow vehicles need to work in any weather, at any time, inside and outside. So you have very diverse weather in this area with heavy snowfall, a lot of rain, and a lot of sun as well. So we need to ensure that this vehicle operates constantly with a safe way within the factory.
Oh, that's incredible. I mean, you mentioned two incredible projects that are, I mean, developing incredible technologies. But now, please, from EvoRoads, maybe you can complement or what you can say, what you are doing in the project.
I see exactly a point in common is that EvoRoads is also supporting automated driving, and it's doing so by dynamically assessing the road's readiness for automated driving and for connected mobility by dynamically assessing the ISAT levels, the infrastructure support for automated driving levels. And that's particularly important because it addresses the crucial need of having reliable digital connectivity and therefore supporting the future mobility in a way. And we are also addressing the infrastructure monitoring from the perspective of road pavement defects, so identifying where there are cracks, potholes, and helping road authorities and other target users to really identify these hazards early enough before an accident happens so that we can intervene. So definitely it's this holistic safe system approach where infrastructure is one of the main pillars, knowing that it really is a contributing factor in more than 30% of the road crashes. So this is the perspective EvoRoads takes by developing a kind of smart infrastructure platform and integrating all these different tools and services to allow, you know, this kind of predictive approach.
Okay, and
for the
maybe,
pilot.
I mean, just to let the audience know, I mean, where these pilots are located, the cities. Do you remember the cities in which these pilots are?
Yeah, EvoRoads is running pilots in 6 different locations in 4 countries. 3 of them are in Spain, which are the Galicia region in the northwest of Spain, then Madrid, and then Santa Oliva in Tarragona,
Okay.
then Turin in Italy, Alba Iulia in Romania, and last Riga in Latvia. And we are running right now the first phase of the pilot activities in these different locations
Okay,
and
that's
entering
nice.
the further
I'm not
pilot.
sure if, I mean, people in those cities can visit the pilot site, but just to
Yeah.
let you know that these pilots are across Europe. So maybe, Frodo, I'm not sure in which countries or cities are you having these pilots?
Yes, of course. So we have 4 very diverse pilots actually. One, as I mentioned, is here in Turkey, in Bursa, which is about testing the industrial environment within testing all of this within an industrial environment. The second one is in Athens, where we test advanced PNT technologies to create new enhanced methods to enhance precision and accuracy of the autonomous vehicles. And we also cooperate with traffic management centers in Athens to enhance this integration of technologies in the traffic management. The third one is in Moderna in Italy. Here we test different technologies where we enhance the perception of the infrastructure. So we cooperate with the city of Moderna. We install several sensors in the city to enhance how the infrastructure sends the drivers, the people, the cyclists, and everyone that is around the city. So we create new way of giving information to the vehicles, to the autonomous vehicles, what it is in the corner before even the vehicle reach the corner. And the last one is in Ljubljana, where we use a simulation environment and we test HMI technology, so human-machine interaction. And what we try to do there is how we test different technologies like tactile, audio, and visionary technologies to inform the user of the autonomous vehicle is if there is a situation that is dangerous to take the control of the vehicle.
Oh,
So
that's-
we collect all these technologies, very diverse as I mentioned earlier, and we try to put everything in digital twin and try to enhance how we operate the future of autonomous vehicles.
That's incredible. That's incredible. You mentioned a lot of topics. Now, I mean, from your side, what can you tell us where these pilots are? If, I mean, maybe they are open for people to go there and to see what's happening. They can use them. Please let us know.
Yeah, indeed, ZEV-UP is also real life demonstration, and the vehicle variants will be demonstrated in 3 different areas in Europe. Today, during the opening, we have heard that the ministry official said that in Istanbul, if something works, then it can be applied also elsewhere. And in ZEV-UP, so we intend also to demonstrate the vehicle in Istanbul. And then another demonstration will also happen in Greece and Romania with different use cases, of course. But all the 3 vehicle variants will be demonstrated as a real life testing and then with different functionalities and so on. So before the product will be put in the market, it will be, I would say, fully tested. And something else that I would like also to mention is that, well, we are looking into this frugality and affordability aspect. And therefore, from that point of view, it's really important that we test also the user expectation there. And therefore, in Istanbul, in very densely urban area, we will have different, I would say, users and user expectations. And in Greece, it will be also different. So Greece is part of the European Union, and therefore it's a really big market. And also in Romania, we will look into the safety aspect. So all of them will really give us full real life testing of the ZEV-UP project vehicles.
Okay, that's incredible. As you have heard them, we have different pilots in different cities, different countries in Europe. But I'm sure that, I mean, to achieve these different pilots, there are some challenges that you have faced. Maybe we can provide for the experts that are attending the session some actionable inputs, some conclusions, some early conclusions. Maybe you can mention at which point each of the projects is and let them know what they can do in their cities. Okay, please, Emin.
Okay, if I may start, of course, before starting or initiating any proposal, any project, we are not doing this for fun. So there are really extreme, I would say, challenges. And in ZEV-UP, we were really looking into the fact that, of course, in the market, we have got a lot of electric vehicles on the different brands, but are they really tackling the urban use related challenges? Well, we know that a parking space is taken by one traditional electric vehicle. So the parking space is really, I would say, quite considerable. But with these vehicles, actually, it's really ultra compact vehicle, and this vehicle will take maybe 1/3 of this parking space. And imagine if in the cities, in the urban areas, we will have a really big penetration of those vehicles, and then this space will be available. And then in the overall, the urban area will be transformed into green areas and so on. And then the parking need will not be the same as we had in the past. So therefore, we have got these challenges, and on top of that, we are intending to provide affordable vehicles. So I have to give you one secret here, is that we intend to produce this car at the market, I would say, in the range of 8.5 thousand euros. That's, let's say, the first would be price tag. And then, of course, for other variants, it will be a little bit higher. But we think that, yeah, this will really give good accessibility for the users and also other users, of course. The users, not only they're like everyday customers, but also fleet owners, also other stakeholders as well. So these are the challenges, and on top of that, the vehicle will use in the vehicle development, we will use also lightweight materials, sustainable materials, and we are looking into I would say out of the box, because we have international chapter in our project, and we intend to scale up the vehicle in other regions, in Africa, in Asia, and then in our project, we are lucky. We have also stakeholders from Pakistan, from South Africa. So these are really quite big countries, and with different really challenges. And we are looking into that. And in the future, let's say that one of our impact KPIs would be that the vehicles would be produced in those regions, and then meeting also the local expectations as well.
And that's precisely, you touch a very good point here. It is not about just research, but how we can produce new products, new vehicles, new services. And that's why actually this webinar is created. We are doing research in different projects, but also looking to produce something useful for the society. Please, George, what can you tell us about what you are doing in FRODDO and actionable insights?
Yeah, of course. So, especially regarding the challenges, the main challenges that we face, and I believe a lot of projects they face similar challenges. We can split it into two categories: the technical ones and the business ones. The business one is something that Emin mentioned very clearly, is how to penetrate the markets, how you push these technologies into the market and actually have something that is helping our people around the world to move more efficiently and safer. And the second one is the technical one. The biggest challenge that we face in our project. As you can see, we have very diverse pilots, very diverse technologies. But how do we integrate these challenges? This is very critical. And integration is something that we work very closely with all our partners. We have partners from the industry, partners from the researchers, and partners that they know about business development. So we try to combine all this knowledge in order to create this integration and have the FRODDO framework, as we call it. And this FRODDO framework, we want it to be something that will be standing out and be implemented in the future of automation in the world.
That's excellent. Do you have any one or two examples from what you are doing in FRODDO? I mean, I understand that you have a digital twin platform.
Yeah, exactly. So we have developed a single digital twin platform that can be used for all these diverse pilots.
Okay.
And this is very critical because we can see that a lot of companies, a lot of organizations, they create their own digital twin. However, by creating this digital twin within the FRODDO and demonstrating all these diverse pilots, we can show that with this one single one digital twin, we can use it for diverse use cases and diverse environments to support road authorities and operate their vehicles and their fleets much easier in the city.
Okay, that's good. I mean, just a question: is that available? I mean, anyone can apply to use the platform, or they need to contact you? I don't know.
Well, we use the Crimson platform to develop this digital twin, which is actually open source and was funded by European Commission to be implemented. So anyone can get information about the Crimson platform online, and then they can develop further on it as needed.
Okay. Please contact my colleague George if you want to use the platform. Please use the vehicles. Please, Maria, let us know what you are
continue.
doing in
Yeah,
EvoRoads.
I would say that we share similar challenges, such as the ones that George mentioned on integration and also business model development. And we are right now entering the third and final year of the project. The first phase of the pilot, but the second phase will come, in which we will further develop the technologies, the different infrastructure monitoring tools and services, and then also go for second versions and for the validation of these technologies towards the end of the project. And the ultimate goal is to provide this holistic safe system approach that accelerates the EU Vision Zero. So really aiming to target by 2050 the non-road fatalities in EU.
Okay.
And then, so what we would like to see really by the end of the project is this kind of smart infrastructure platform where all these different services and tools are integrated, and where we allow, therefore, the infrastructure to communicate with the other road users and self-diagnose safety problems in real time. And ultimately, this is going to help citizens understand what are the safer routes that they can follow, so understand what's the status of the infrastructure before they decide for their trip to follow, and then also report on where there are infrastructure problems. So citizens can also be active contributors to identify those safety problems in the roads, and also helping, of course, road authorities to plan timely interventions and really prioritize where they need to put investments, helping policymakers as well to understand the impact of policies or investments and target how well we are progressing towards this Vision Zero goal. So this is basically where we are, and it's very ambitious, but I think
Okay. But I mean, maybe I would like to know more when the project ends, when each project is ending, because I mean, it is very interesting what we are discussing here.
EvoRoads is ending in April next year. So we're really, right now, we're entering into the final year and lots of activities. So it's going to be a very intense,
Okay. I mean,
intense last year of the
and maybe a
project.
more personal question. What would you like to achieve as a coordinator for the project, for example?
Well, I would really like to see the successful deployment of these smart infrastructure platforms. So really seeing it working in practice, seeing it working in the pilots that we have created, because we see our pilots are very different. They have very different road safety performances. So Romania, for example, is one of the countries with the highest number of fatalities in the EU. So really seeing that our technology works in practice and addresses real problems. These infrastructure monitoring tools work from satellite, drone, and then to ground level, vehicle level. So how this combination of technologies can really support safer environments for all users, so considering vulnerable road users as well. So that would be my wish for the end of the project.
Okay. You have a very
An ambition one.
okay. That's a good ambition. Please, George, what can you tell us about? I mean, FRODDO. What would you like to achieve? I mean, for FRODDO within the project.
I believe all the projects start with the same vision, that they improve our world and improve our daily lives. So this is my vision for FRODDO. So we develop a lot of technologies that are very, very, very useful, but these technologies need to be pushed forward to the market. So this is my vision. So I hope that, and I believe that we will manage by the end of the project, which is actually next May in June 2027. That we will be able to meet our very high KPIs in order to be able not only to develop the technologies that we promise, but also convince the stakeholders, and we involve a lot of stakeholders from the CCAM environment, and that this is something that they need to use, and this is something that is useful, and this is something that not only will save lives, but will improve our daily lives as well.
Okay, and please, Emin, what I mean, you mentioned a lot of achievements already.
Yeah.
But maybe you, as a coordinator, can tell us.
Yeah, actually, we are in very major, I would say, milestone. We are stepping in, And as I said, the vehicle will have real-life demonstration in 42 months project life cycle. So the project will end next year, but real-life demonstration starts from today in this ITS Istanbul. Yeah. So the whole preparation starts from today. So the vehicles are showcased. I would say that near vehicle prototypes are showcased here in Istanbul. But I would say that the full vehicle prototypes will be ready in, I would say, a couple of months. And another secret is that maybe in June, end of June, these prototypes will be fully ready. And then with the homologation, ramp up, and then other phases achieved, I think end of August, we will be able to start these demonstrations in Greece, Romania, and Istanbul as well. Overall, as my colleague said, we all have the aim. And then in ERTICO as well, these objectives are quite clear. We would like to contribute to the future urban mobility through various means, and then ZEV-UP is also one of them. As I said, we have so many challenges, but we have also these innovation solutions there to tackle those challenges. And then overall, we really hopefully, tomorrow we will be able to use effectively our vehicles. I don't think that we should spend our time to drive vehicles. We should spend our time to do something else. Okay. And then the vehicles will be teleoperated, will be automated, I don't know, whatever. And then we can also invest most of our money elsewhere because the vehicles will be frugal, of course, affordable and so on.
Or money or time.
And time, yeah, exactly. And maybe, we will also be able to use effectively our urban space, right, like making it greener and so on. And then overall, the contribution to, of course, decarbonization is really good because these vehicles will be fully zero emission, quite. And then on top of that, all those innovations that we will bring through this project. And then, we have a list of KPIs that we fixed ourselves, and hopefully at the end of the year, the project, so end of June next year, we will be able to achieve at least this project life cycle impacts, and then beyond. So these are really our objectives and then outcomes that we expect from this project.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. Maybe now I would like to invite you to, you are in the day-to-day operation of these projects, and you discuss with different experts within your projects. And maybe you notice some changes, some trends that are emerging from the technologies you are using. For example, software-defined vehicles is a new term that is being used in the latest days. Data spaces, for example, is a new topic that is emerging as well. Maybe there are some standards that maybe there's new sensors, there are new data fusion technologies, for example. Do you have any, in your radar, what kind of new aspects are emerging? If you can tell us, in your discussions within your projects, are these topics something you are integrating, something you are expecting to use, or what can you tell us about that?
I would leave it to you, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, I was thinking indeed what you were talking, that indeed in the EvoRoads we're building a multi-level architecture in this platform.
Okay.
And one level is the digital twin, but another one is the safe mobility data space. So definitely contributing to the European mobility data spaces with a particular subset, which is the safe mobility data. So we are working on that to harmonize data sets so that they can be shared, it can be interoperable, and really it's something that can then reach out in a seamless way to different countries. So that's definitely one of the trends that we are seeing in the project and that we are aiming to contribute to with our innovations.
Okay. So you are already working into the future, I would say, looking on what's happening on the area of data spaces. That's
which I think is crucial. I think it's good that you mentioned that. It's a crucial point. I think the data sharing part, and then also how we can harmonize, of course, to be talking the same language among us.
And have you seen interest from the organization involved in the project?
I've seen actually there's interest. Okay, we do not have industry in our consortium, so we would need as well to consult and understand that industry intending the vehicle manufacturers, but it's important to understand as well how we can share data between vehicle manufacturers and road authorities, for example, for the societal benefit, for the public.
Okay, you mentioned, Yeah, good point. That I mean, there are some barriers in the way in which data is shared.
Yes.
Okay, maybe George.
Yeah, of course. Just a few points from FRODDO aspect. Let's say from day one, what we try to use in our FRODDO regarding standardization, let's say, is to use the standardized data from the European Commission. So we have the national access points that were established by the ITS directive. In this ITS directive, we mentioned several standards about how we share data. And as I mentioned at the beginning, we want to share data from the vehicles to the road authorities. And how we do that, we share it with standardized data. So this is something that it was integrated in our project by day one. We follow what is going on in the standardization world, and we try to implement these standards within our project. And this is very critical for every project because it's not the time that we build a new standard. It's a time that we use what we have and we improve if it is needed, because otherwise we end up with many standards that are not useful anymore.
Okay.
And in addition, just one final point that I wanted to mention, since you mentioned what other standards we are using. There is something else, the satellite, the space aspect. Because
Okay, that's very
in
good
our
point.
in our project we are using advanced PN technologies, but also the Galileo high accuracy service. This high accuracy service is something very new that came from the European Commission, and they improve the location accuracy of any device. Therefore, by using this high accuracy service from the European Commission, we managed to improve the accuracy of our vehicles by very much. So this is something that is very good for the European Commission. It's something that is very critical for the autonomous mobility of the future.
Okay, okay, nice. Just to clarify one point, you mentioned PN. What's that?
PNT, position navigation sign.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you for the clarification. Okay, please. I mean, what can you tell us about these new trends that are coming? These new technologies is going to the future, but we need to integrate in an interoperable manner. What can you tell us about that?
One of the major innovation element in this project is really swappable battery system, because these vehicles will operate with swappable batteries. So it means that once your battery will be depleted, you will not go and then really charge your vehicle. You will just simply swap the batteries. So you will actually take from dedicated, I would say, battery services, the new batteries or newly charged batteries, and then really put in your car. So it means that you will not really care about the battery degradation or the out of battery information and so on. But all this require really, I would say, good infrastructure and also interoperability and also standardization. So if you imagine that the big car brands like Tesla would really give up this advantage of the batteries, and then if everyone would have really these battery modules that they can use, and these batteries modules would be also standard for every vehicle. Like if for this vehicle you would like to use, I don't know, 3 or 4 battery modules, but for big vehicle brands you would use, I don't know, 10, 20. But in any case, these modules will be also same for all the vehicle brands. But it requires a lot of standardization, interoperability, and so on. So I think from that point of view, ZEV-UP project contributes to these data exchanges and so on. But we have also this V2X aspect as well in the overall in the project, although we are not specifically looking into that. But of course, these cars are not only EVs, are not like just composed of the hardware or like cables, wires, and then applications. But overall, these are really smart cars, smart EVs, and therefore they collect data. And of course, in the future, this data will be also shared. But of course, if all the conditions will be met, of course, not all the data can be shared, and to what extent, anonymous and so on. So hopefully, this also will be tackled. And then from that point of view, we are lucky that in ERTICO, we have also in our basket a lot of projects tackling this data aspects, like deploying AMDS and also FRODDO and then EvoRoads and so on, and NAPCOR, others. So hopefully there will be some kind of synergies where we can also contribute.
Okay, as we are going to the end of this webinar, there is just a final question. Okay, okay.
Is it secret question or just?
It is a kind of okay. I mean, pilots and testing of the new technologies is always difficult, and request these authorizations from municipal authorities or from others is takes time. I mean, but pilots have been, I mean, from long ago been done in Europe. How do you see these from the projects you are following? Is the cities are more open to provide this authorization, are facilitating the procedures, for example? Do you have any comment there?
Yeah, I think ZEV-UP is one of those projects that are better placed to tell more about it. Indeed, so we will have these real demonstrations coming up very soon. So it will take us, I would say, 6-9 months to fully demonstrate. And then concretely, we will have, let's say, the full validation. And of course, if the main product developers would like really to go further, so they will put these products on the market. ZEV-UP vehicle is part of L7E category. So it means that it's not really M category, it's L, but it's in between. And the fact that this car is not costly, I would say that because we do not integrate full requirements, I would say part of safety requirements and so on, and then it really allows us to be maybe more flexible, maybe quicker on the market and so on. Therefore, it will really depend on those standards and then how soon you can really put the vehicle on the market on top of what we can expect also from the competition. And we know that the competition inside EU is one matter, but outside is also another matter, because there are so many now producers and actually producing ultra compact vehicles. I would say, yeah, the auto manufacturers are a little bit everywhere. But as I said, ZEV-UP is a unique project because we are bringing all those innovations in this project, and through the vehicle, we will try to demonstrate them. So I would say that if you would expect really concrete timeline, then I would say that between 3-5 years, something of course can happen. Maybe in the future, in very soon, we will also drive those vehicles.
Okay,
You never know.
Very nice.
So we are really looking forward to that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Please, George.
Yeah. So we need to understand that the reality in European Union is that we have a very diverse culture. So this is something that we need to take into account. When you walk in one municipality in the north and one municipality in the south, you can understand the difference. So with the pilots, what we are trying to achieve, not only in FRODDO project, but in any project, is to prepare the society about what is coming, and prepare the society to embrace the new technology that is coming. So if I wanted to conclude with something that is inspiring for the future, we need, if we want to go from the lab to the pilot, to the pilot to the reality, we need to take into account all the stakeholders. And how to do that is to include all the stakeholders in all these processes and give them the playing ground to see what is coming, visualize it, use it, and then they will be able to embrace it as it should be.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, Maria, what
Yeah,
can you tell
well,
us?
what I can add, I think, is that in EvoRoads, in 2 of the pilot locations, we have the cities directly involved, and that's the case of the city of Riga and the city of Alba Iulia. So I believe this has really helped to implement the pilots in their locations. And then for the other pilots in Spain, for example, we have the ministry, the National Ministry of Transport, and that has also been helping. And also other pilots have a different natures. For example, there's one which is Santa Oliva Tarragona. It's in a test track that also allows us really to test different network connectivities, so provide ourselves the different scenarios in which we would like to test. So it's a different type of environment, or also test on open roads, really with connected vehicle data that can simply be measured using our phones or board units. So with some flexibility that does not require so much the involvement of the authorities. So in this sense, I think we've been quite lucky in the implementation of the pilot.
Okay, the support is there, I would say.
The support is there, right? And we're facing other types of challenges, but I fully agree also with what George mentioned, that really we need to have all the stakeholders involved to look into the future and agree on how we would like to bring these solutions into the reality. So really going from research to the real deployment, from the pilots to the actual deployment of the solutions.
Okay, I want to thank all of you for your, to share these insights with us, with the audience. Thank you for being here, for having, for dedicate us this time and share with us what are you doing in the projects. Thank you, Emin. Thank you, George. Thank you, Maria. We are part of the ERTICO team, so we are working to co-create, to co-design these solutions with multiple stakeholders. And if you have any final message to the audience, please.
But just to say that we are open, that we are really available to talk more about this, keep the discussion going, because we need you as well. We need to be all together in this kind of rooms, also virtual rooms. So really, yeah, looking forward to co-creating the future of mobility all together. So.
Okay, please, George, you have a final message, please, for the audience.
Yeah, my final message is keep innovating. We need innovation to push ourselves forward, and we need innovation to save lives and improve our day-to-day life.
Yeah, I would like to join also what my colleagues said. So, follow us on internet. We have our website, ZEV-UP.eu. So it's an amazing project. We just invite you to follow our project because we bring those innovations in the market.
That's excellent. Thank you to the audience. Thank you to all of you to be here. And bye to the next webinar. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.